They got Wendy Williams fired, didn't pay total. Faith was like, nah. Lil Kim said he wasn't a real one. All 4 of his baby mothers. Wasn't a great son to his mother.
When he slapped his mother. And I was like, he did what?
So who I'm talking about? Brother Love, Money Making Mitch, Sean Combs, Sean Puffy Combs, Sean P. Diddy Combs. We talking about Puffy and the ladies of Bad Boy. Around 9-3 and 9-4, Bad Boy was taking off. And also, the legendary Hot 97 was taking off. One of its earliest hosts was no other than Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams made her name on dropping big, crazy rumors on all the rappers, singers, whoever.
There is a pecking order and a big price to pay for getting down the way some of these females are getting down.
Diddy and Wendy been beefing for a long time, y'all. It started in 1997 when Wendy claimed to have some photos of another dude pulling down Diddy's pants. Not off no prank stuff, like off some, they about to handle some serious business in there.
When he grabbed his trunk to pull it down, some girls was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Williams.
Like she threatened to post it on her website, gowendy.com.
Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, everybody was going to boycott their station.
So because of her actions, Hot 97 ended up suspending her, and Bad Boy's girl group Total.
I'm Kima. I'm Pam represent Keisha.
They was in favor of it. Wendy ain't like that shit. Because when she came back from suspension, got back on air, she called Total a bunch of broke ass hoes. What Wendy didn't know was Total would pull up on your ass. Because that's what happened when she got off air, when she went downstairs. Who was in the lobby waiting for her? Kima, Keisha, and Pam.
I remember I got off the air one day and them Total bitches were downstairs waiting, and everybody upstairs at the radio station is looking down, egging it on, waiting for something to go down.
Luckily, they wasn't able to get to Wendy. It was a lot of security down there and managers. They were able to put the pause on her. So all this drama going on with her led to Puffy pretty much flexing his muscle and getting her fired.
What you doing?
And that's when she relocated to Philly, when she linked up with Charlamagne the God. Man, with all the stories and news that coming out now about this man, Wendy might been trying to tell us something a long time ago.
Denial is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay. He's a...
It wasn't just bad boys on the label, it was bad girls too. Kima, Keisha, and Pam, better known as Total, formed when Kima and Keisha displayed each other's vocal talents to each other in Plainfield, New Jersey. After an impromptu performance for Diddy inside the Hit Factory studio elevator, he would go ahead and sign the group to the label. Puffy would then dictate their branding and image and change their group name from Total Opposite to just shorten it to just Total. As one of Bad Boy's earliest acts, remember how Puffy promoted it? It was Big and it was Craig Mack. We ain't even know nothing about Total yet, but Total would go on to feature on Biggie's Juicy.
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
And on One More Chance.
Can you sing the song for me, boo?
See, I didn't even know they was on there till I did the research. That's crazy, right? And from there, they will go on to launch their first single, Can't You See, off the New Jersey Drive soundtrack.
Can't you see, you and me, were meant to be your baby.
Total came out with some bangers, man. They came out with Trippin', Loungin' with LL Cool J. I know y'all remember that one. And What About Us, that was on the Soul Food soundtrack. Doing background vocals and singing hooks on some of the biggest songs in the 90s, Total felt like they was been shortchanged. So think about this, y'all. This is Puffy's earliest artist. He built Bad Boy, he turned him to some legends on the low, and then didn't want to pay him. So I don't think he was paying Biggie, but we know he ain't paid Craig Mack. And Pam always wanted her own solo career anyway, so they couldn't even stay together, and it's unfortunate because they was cranking. This video is sponsored by Where's My Meeting. Where's My Meeting provides audio-visual service and rentals to corporate, governmental, and non-profit entities. They blend 40 years of AV experience with state-of-the-art audio, video, streaming, lighting, and staging equipment. Reach out to contact at where'smymeeting.com for a quote today, or go to www.where'smymeeting.com to learn more. Y'all know Total wasn't the only ones cranking. Of course, Biggie. And Biggie ain't come by himself. Biggie brought Junior Mafia with him. And he brought Lil Kim. Technically, she not under Bad Boy, but that's a whole nother story. But she a part of the whole family. In 96, Lil Kim dropped, in my opinion, which was the greatest female rap album of all time with Hardcore. That same year, Foxy Brown dropped her debut album. In 97, they both shared a cover of the Source magazine. And this is like a promotional piece to try to get a collab album with Kim and Foxy, but they realized very quickly their personalities did not match. The first public shade was from Kim on a Lil C's song. I don't know if y'all remember that joke, Play Around, that Lil C's had. They was trying with Lil C's, y'all. They did way too much. Crush on You, okay, you did your thing. Cam wrote that, by the way. But this Play Around joke, if he wasn't on there, the song would have been tight. You don't want to play around with me? I'll kill you. On this track, Kim was throwing straight bullets at Foxy. And if that wasn't bad enough, Kim dissed her again on Notorious K.I.M. A few months later, Foxy responded with some bars of her own to Kim on Capone and Noriega's Bang Bang.
Bitch, you talk slick, fuck is all that sneak shit. You and Diddy, y'all killed me with that subliminal shit.
Unfortunately, things would escalate as Kim and her entourage would confront Capone and them at Hot 97, and 20 shots rang out. Fortunately, nobody lost their life, but it was an individual involved who sustained some gunshot wounds. Foxy made a couple of attempts to try to squash the beef, but once she realized Kim wasn't going for it, she was like, whatever then. She gave her some more bars with Arthur Muscle.
Y'all bitches wanna be me so bad, y'all studied my whole swag.
And then followed that with Massacre.
That bullshit Black Friday shit is garbage. How the fuck she love big and shit on Miss Riley?
Kim ain't only just have drama with Foxy though. Y'all understand, Kim was Biggie's side piece. Biggie's wife was no other than Faith Evans.
She was talking to me. I wasn't fucking with her like that. She's pushing up on me like,
Another woman of Bad Boy. Kim and Faith had a bunch of back and forth also. Faith was discovered by Diddy because she was one of Albie Shore's background singers. And he said, come on, shorty, come to Bad Boy. And you know, of course, Biggie meets her, they went a photo shoot. They hit it off, they ended up getting married months later. So, boom. Biggie was trying to play it too close with his player shit. So him and he got Faith and Kim in the studio at the same time. Like Kim sitting there trying to play the side chick role. Faith don't have no clue at the time. So you just know all that shit just messy. And this causes the rift between Kim and Faith. Kim and Faith little beef ain't stopped Faith from doing her thing on Bad Boy. Y'all remember the hit song, You Used to Love Me? And Soon As I Get Home. Shorty was doing her thing just like every other Bad Boy artist was. And by 2004, Faith felt like Diddy couldn't do no more to improve her career, so she decided to cut ties.
I wanted to try and leave Bad Boy after Big died. Even though that makes no sense because I was still in a contract and there's nowhere in there that says you can leave if your husband, passes away.
So around the same time, maybe about a year later, Lil Kim had to sit down and do some time over the Hot 97 shit with Foxy. Yeah, she was on some street shit for real. She had to do some little time for perjury. And during this time, Puffy ain't sending her a letter, ain't come visit her, ain't put no money on her books. He's a wild ass Bama. Like, I don't understand why anybody would do any business with this nigga. Like, you might could do a song with him if you're not signing with him. That's cool. Puffy has a great ear for music. But his character is fucked all the way up, y'all. And through all that bullshit, Lil Kim and Faith found a way to put their past differences aside and unite. They refer to each other as sisters. And Diddy also had both of them on the 20th anniversary of Bad Boy reunion tour. Now I got a question for y'all. Y'all know Diddy just gave them the publishing when all this shit came down with him, right? That tour was like 2016, so they didn't have any publishing. How the hell did he convince all of the 112? How the hell did he get Mace? How did he convince them to do that tour and they still ain't had any publishing? What did he, there's something wrong with this dude. Enough about the old Bad Boy. Y'all remember that show Making the Band? Y'all remember Danity Kane? Puffy did not think they was gonna be as big as they were. They ended up blowing up. If you remember watching that show, Puffy used to put him in a lot of stressful situations, man. It had him working under dumbass conditions because he just wanted to be an asshole.
You like big hair though.
I don't
you
like
do
big hair.
like big hair. You like big hair. You like a lot of makeup.
And we looking at him, oh, he's just being a shrewd businessman. He just been a fucking dickhead. That's all he was doing. And honestly, I thought he was doing it for the camera, but he's obviously a lot worse when the camera's off. Aubrey O'Day, one of the more famous members of the group, came out and said Diddy was trying to get her to do things way beyond music. And because she wouldn't comply with the man, he fired her. This motherfucker.
He was the hardest person that you can work for, and it was torture, and not the work part of it, but the other stuff.
She wasn't getting a lot of pub from that. People thought she might have been trying to do a money grab thing, but when this Cassie lawsuit dropped, a lot of stuff she was saying all of a sudden got a lot of validity to it now. I don't know if y'all remember, but before Danity came, there was this group named Dream. Let's unlock a memory right quick.
He loves me, he loves you no matter.
Allegedly, Diddy had them on a strict diet, had them running miles. The fuck? Hey, this nigga's crazy. Why are they running miles?
What did you say? I said we need a water break. You need a water break. Water is for cowards.
I don't know if he thought he was Coach Moon from Remember the Titans or what, but this motherfucker strip is a girl group, dog. Like, y'all can work out, y'all can do aerobics, y'all can do something. Running match, it's not a football team. God damn. They dropped the album in top of 2001, and they plan to drop more singles too. But of course, as you know, 9/11 attacks happened, and that kind of messed up the whole strategy that they roll out. Promotion got funny, members started to leave, and Dream never really got back on track. They nightmare now. Diddy even had some tough breaks with acts on his label. Some might joke and say he a career killer. I mean, that ain't always the case though. I mean, it look like it's always the case, but it ain't always the case. He do got some friends too. You'll be surprised Puffy got celebrity friends like Penelope Cruz, Sienna Miller, and the great Mariah Carey. And honestly, at one point, they wasn't even on the same page. Rumor has it that allegedly when he was dating J-Lo, he was stealing songs from Mariah Carey and Shantae Moore and just giving them to J-Lo. So maybe they squashed it, who knows? But that's an alleged, don't quote me on that. That ain't the last fallout he had, especially after this Cassie lawsuit dropped. He was celebrating his birthday a couple months before with the likes of Naomi Campbell and Janet Jackson. They took pictures with Diddy at his birthday party. The Cassie lawsuit dropped, they take them same pictures down off their Instagram. A lot of people pulling away from Diddy at this current moment, and rightfully so. In 2023, Cassie dropped a lawsuit that has some very disturbing and interesting claims against Puffy.
And that Ventura has been demanding $30 million, threatening to write a book about their relationship.
Some of these claims include domestic abuse, which resulted in black eyes and bloody lips, and Puffy forcing himself on her against her own will in her own home.
My wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came on and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I want you to shave the side of your head.
Puffy also forced her to indulge what he would call a freak-off session. This wild motherfucker.
Y'all didn't want to be in there because there's a lot of freaky things going on. So I guess that was one of those freak-off sections.
So where he would pretty much have her perform sexual acts on other male sex workers that he would make her go find. Puffy met Cassie in 2005 when she was 19 after hearing her single Me and You. Puffy at the time was 37, would make him like 20 years older. And Cassie, trying to be an aspiring artist at the time, she claimed he took advantage of her. He paid for her apartments, her cars, and promised her a successful career. He 20 years older, she 19, fresh out of high school. You know how green you are when you're 19. You think you know everything, but you don't know nothing. Puffy knew that. He pretty much preyed on her, threw money at her, and threw his power at her, and took advantage of her and controlled her for a long time. Fortunately for her, she was able to get away from Puffy. And she's been married since 2019, and she has a beautiful family now.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
So that just poses the question, where did Puffy get this behavior from? Allegedly, his mom, Miss Janice Combs, and his father, Melvin Combs, raised them in New York and Harlem. Miss Janice Combs allegedly ran a brothel. His father, who was connected to Frank Lucas.
Me and Melvin Combs were good friends. We did a lot of business together. Of course, it was not a legal business.
Rumored to be an informant, he was gunned down in his car when Puffy was 2 years old, leaving Janice Combs to be a single mom. Many people believe his behavior is from the things he's seen growing up. They say you can tell a lot about a man by how he treats his mom. One of Puffy's former security guards, Gene Deal, once heard Puffy cussing his mom out. Gene said it was so disrespectful and vowed that he had to intervene.
And I said, boy, let me tell you something. If I ever hear you cuss your mother again, I'ma beat the shit out you.
Gene Deal also said he spoke to former Bad Boy president Kurt Burrow, and Kurt told him he should have seen all this coming because he witnessed Diddy slap his mom. Yes, this motherfucker hit his mom.
When you do your mother like that, you don't care about no woman in the street. And he was like, I know, Gene, but he was just a kid.
With all that being said, This nigga has children. Puffy got 7 kids with 4 different women. His oldest being Quincy Brown, who he took in as a stepfather once Albie Shore and Kim Porter split. Born in 93 to Meesa Hilton, you got Justin Combs. But wait, it's also rumored that Justin is not Puffy's son.
Shouts out to Diddy's sons who look nothing like him. It's still in question. We don't really know what's going on.
The rumor on the street is Justin is the son of Puffy's former bodyguard Wolf. So if you look right here, this nigga don't look nothing like Puffy. Then pull up Wolf, look. Look at this. Wolf Jones, Justin's alleged father, and Puffy's former bodyguard, was unfortunately gunned down in 2003, so we would never even know. But if the rumors are true, that would make Christian King Combs, born in 98, also from Kim Porter, Puffy's first biological child. Now, if you look here, this looks like Puffy. It looks like Puffy's son. But we all know Puffy a dirtbag, right? So he would once again betray Kim Porter and have a child by Sarah Chapman, which was Kim's friend, who was also an IG star. And they would give birth to Chance. This is all while Kim Porter is pregnant with the Combs twins, Jesse and Delilah. All 3 of them was born in 2006. That is some scumbag shit there. If y'all haven't been following, Kim Porter was friends with Meesa Hilton and Sarah Chapman. We know Lil Justin's alleged, whatever, but for this transition of just scumbagness is crazy. Most recently, in 2022, Puffy welcomed a 4th baby girl by his 4th baby mother, Miss Dana Tran.
My youngest sister right here. Don't we look alike?
And now, it seems as though we are witnessing the downfall of Puffy's empire. With Cassie's allegations in this lawsuit, his whole reputation has changed. Even though this Cassie news is the latest, it's not the first with Puffy and the woman around him. I've been hearing about Puffy shit since we was children. It's almost like a about time type situation.
I just wanna blow your mind. I'm talking literally blow your mind.
As you can see, it's a whole slew of just drama and baby mothers and financial disputes and shootings and robberies and freak-offs and all kinds of crazy shit going on. It's no doubt that Puffy and the ladies of Bad Boy go deep when it comes to business and personal matters. So the real question is, are these claims against Puffy true, or is just a show for money and clout? Slack time. All right, y'all know what time it is right now. If you're not an Uptown ally right now, what you doing? You gotta get on it. You falling behind. Slack time. Subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the notification bell. #UPTAF. Let's get it.